Hello, and welcome to your online English course. My name is Denisha Smith, and I will be your instructor this semester. In this video, I want you to become familiar with this online course and know how to get started and how to be successful in the class. In this video, I will go over our home page, our content tab, the resources and communications tabs, and the assessments tabs so that you know how to navigate through the course and its content. Now, we're going to use English 165 Section 40 as an example, but maybe you're in a different online course. The information will be the same and this video will still be useful even if you're in a different course. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. This is our home page. This is what you will see when you click on our class in D2L. And this announcement section will have information that may change throughout the semester. So whenever I need to share information with you, it will be here under the announcement section. For now, we'll begin with me giving you some information about myself and my background. And there's also this video about why writing is important. Okay, over on the right side, we see course information listed here. Your syllabus and course overview documents you can download from the links on the home page, which makes it a little bit easier for you. Our English Tutoring Lab schedule can also be downloaded from here. The English Tutoring Lab is located in Building R, Room 119, and it's open for select hours throughout the week. English instructors staff that lab, and I'm also one of the English instructors who staff the lab. And so you can come in, it's totally free, and get additional assistance with your English assignments. And also the OC Tech plagiarism policy is listed here. Okay, so those are some useful documents. They will remain here on the home page for the remainder of the semester. My contact information is also listed. My office location and phone number and email address, as well as my office hours. I have 8 hours of office hours every week, and so if you need my help or my assistance, please feel free to contact me during office hours. I'm also available by appointment if these hours don't work for you. And finally, for the home page, we have our required course materials. It just reminds you what you need to have for the class. A textbook is required, and it's listed here. Also, you need a flash drive, daily access to a computer that has the Internet of Microsoft Word, and student access to your D2L account. Absolutely, you'll need that. Okay? So that takes care of our home page. Now let's take a look at actually before we go to content, let's look at the other tabs and then we'll come back to content. You can find just about everything you need under the content tab, so I'll save that for last. But very quickly, let me just show you some of the things under resources. Your attendance list is located here, and also BrainFuse. Now if you don't know about BrainFuse, it's pretty cool. It's a service that all OC Tech students have access to, and it's completely free, and it gives you a whole lot of additional support, tutoring support, feedback support, proofreading support. You can create flashcards. You can take quizzes and tests here just to kind of gauge your own knowledge of different subjects. You can get live help. A lot of times students in my class will use the Writing Lab component of BrainFuse. And in this Writing Lab component, you can submit assignments and have a live tutor, or excuse me, maybe not a live tutor, but have a tutor give you detailed feedback on that assignment. So it's kind of like another set of eyes that can look over your work and give you some suggestions to make it better before you submit it to me for a grade. Okay, so again, this is totally free and it's available to you, and you can access it under the resources tab and just click on BrainFuse and you should automatically be logged into the system. Okay, so just check it out and see what it can offer you. Also, the calendar feature is here, and so in the calendar feature, you can use this to help you keep up with assignments that will be coming up, okay? And you can also look by day, week, or month. And let's say you look at the month tab, okay? And it tells you what assignments are coming up for each month. And you can change the months here, just as a quick reminder for you. Okay, so that's pretty much what resources will offer you. I don't use all of these features here, but attendance, access to BrainFuse, and the calendar could be helpful for you. Under communication, you can find our class list, and this is the main thing that I want you to note under the communication tab. If you click on class list, it will list everybody that is in our class, and you can find me here as well, and this is how you can find my email address and click here to send me an email. Okay, and so if you're ever wondering what is her email address, I can't remember it, I can't find it, remember it is on the home page, but you can also access it under class list, which is listed under the communication tab. Okay, under assessments, you can find information about assignments. You can check your grades, and you can also access quizzes. So if we go to the assignments tab first, you'll see that our assignments for the semester are listed here. In this far column, these are the due dates for the assignments, okay? And you'll notice that the first assignment that's coming up is a diagnostic writing assignment. And you'll see it says submission 0, right? Well, as I'm recording this, the semester hasn't started yet, and you haven't had an opportunity yet to submit this very first writing assignment. But when you do submit the assignment, you'll see here that it'll have the submission 1 if you've only submitted one document, okay? You can submit the same assignment more than one time, but I will grade the very last assignment that I receive. Okay, so let's say you submitted one at 2 o'clock today, and then let's say you want to make some changes and you go back and you submit this assignment again at 4. I will grade the one that you submitted at 4 o'clock. And once a grade has been assigned to it, I will not grade any other versions of it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But under the assignments folder, you can access this information in terms of, how many times you've submitted. Now, the reason I want to point this out to you is because you may want to go back to an assignment and see what you've said, or you may need to access my feedback. Once you've submitted an assignment, and if that assignment includes feedback from me, then you'll have your feedback information here. It'll be an icon you can click on and check my feedback. Okay, it is really important that as we are working through the semester and I'm giving you feedback, that you're checking your feedback, because English builds on itself. And so if you're having an issue with run-on sentences for one assignment, right, 2 or 3 assignments later, I don't expect you to continue to have that same issue with run-on sentences, right? I will have put information in the feedback for you to focus on that, and I want to see those changes and that improvement in your writing. Okay, so make sure that you're going to the assessments tab, clicking on assignments. You'll see what you've submitted, right? But then you can also see my feedback. Grades is your grade book, and then all you would have to do is click that grades tab, and then you'll be able to see how you're scoring on your assignments from there. Okay, and quizzes, you can also access quizzes from the assessments tab. So we do have in this first week a course overview and plagiarism quiz, and you can click here to begin that quiz. Now, let me say this: I don't want you to rely solely on this tab for your assignments and your quizzes. Okay, I do not want you to do that. If you do that, you will not know the assignment details, because when you click under assignments, it's just giving you the basic information about the assignment, what you scored if it's been scored already, and how many times you submitted it, and access to my feedback. It's not giving you anything about the assignment details and what I'm requiring for the assignment, okay? And so that's why I saved the content tab for last, because like I said initially, you're going to find everything you need under content. So what we're going to do is go here to the content tab, and you'll see that we have under our table of contents weekly course content. Okay, this is where our class happens, and this is where you can spend the majority of your time, because with various features that I've just showed you, I've already built them in to this section, okay, to this content section. And so you can find pretty much everything you need in one stop. You don't have to search all over. You can actually find everything you need in one stop. And so under weekly course content, you'll notice that I have our weeks separated out, and all you have to do is click on it to find the information. Now, if you have the weekly course content tab highlighted, all of the weeks that are available to you, you'll be able to see them. But if you go week by week, only 1 week at a time will be available to you. Okay, and so what I want to point out, and this is going to help you be successful, in terms of navigating our class, you have to make sure that you check the week 1 class content or if you're in week 2, the week 2 class content, so on and so forth, as well as whatever else is listed on this general main content page. Okay, you don't want to just go to the assignments and not look at the class information, because the class information is where the lecture happens. That's where I give you instruction. That's where I give you videos. So let me give you an example here. We'll look at a couple of weeks. And so under week 1 class, we're talking about professional communication just briefly for the first week. And I'm giving you information about the plagiarism quiz and the diagnostic writing assignments that will be due in the next week. And also information about our course overview and syllabus. Okay, so this is information under that class tab. If we go back out to week 1, right, we see here is where we can access the quiz, right? You click here to actually begin taking the quiz, and you click here to submit your assignment. Now you'll notice that this is, it looks like kind of like an outbox kind of a thing, or an inbox icon, and that's exactly what it is. This icon means that you can submit an assignment. Okay, you can actually submit your work when you see this icon. And so you'll notice that the information, the assignment details, are listed here. And I also want to point out that you have some dates here. Now, please pay very careful attention to this so that you don't make a mistake and get late work point deductions. Okay, and so with your assignment, it'll have a start date and it'll have an end date, but it'll also have a due date. And actually, this is not a good assignment example. Let me go to week 4. So week 4 is a better example. You'll have a due date, you'll have a start date, and an end date. Okay, you want to pay attention to the due date. The due date will match what is on your syllabus. Okay, that is when the assignment is due. Now, the start date means at this point in time you can actually begin submitting work. So you can submit your assignments early. You should not wait until the very last minute to submit your assignments. You can submit them early. Okay, but then there's this end date. And so the end date, you'll notice, is 2 days after the due date. This includes the late work policy period, and if you submit it right after the due date, you will have late work point deductions. You will have points taken off because your assignment will be considered late. Okay, so again, the due date is the due date. That is the date on the syllabus. That is when the assignment is due. But I give you those 2 extra days for late work, but you will have points deducted. Okay, after the end date, you can no longer submit that assignment. That assignment will not be accepted unless you have a medical excuse or some other type of valid reason that I can keep on file, that you can present to me, that I can keep on file as to why your assignment is late. Okay, and so, or beyond the late work period, I should say. Okay, and so don't look at this date and think that you have until this date to turn in your assignment with no late work points. You will have late work points. You want to make sure you focus on the due date. Okay, with week 1, there is no due date listed there. It's just an end date. We're in the first week. This is for our diagnostic writing assignment, and so for this particular week we don't have those 3 elements there, just the 2, the start and the end. Okay, but you will notice that you see a lot of times, like I said, the assignment details, and then you can just go ahead and submit your assignment there. So let me show you an example of what it means to submit it. You just click on the Dropbox icon and you just click the upload button. And wherever you have your assignment saved, you just upload it from there. It could be on a flash drive or in your My Documents or maybe on your desktop. Wherever it's saved, you just upload it, and then you go through that process, and then your assignment is submitted. And again, if you're ever in doubt about whether or not your assignment went through, you can always go to the Assessments tab and then go to Assignments, right? And then look at that column for submissions to make sure your assignment was submitted. Okay? All right, and also I think D2L will send you an email, and that email will just be like a confirmation that your assignment was submitted. So make sure that you watch for that email, and you can always check behind yourself under the Assessments tab and then go to Assignments to make sure that your assignment was submitted. Okay, and so you can look at whatever week is open for you. Okay, for the purposes of this video, I did open week 4, but all of these weeks may or may not be open for you at the beginning of the semester. So you can look at whatever weeks are open, okay? You may have an opportunity at points in the semester to look a couple of weeks out and work ahead. And at some points, we may just go week by week, depending on the kind of work that we're doing. So if you have questions at any point in time in the semester, please let me know. And again, you can access my contact information from our homepage with my office hours, my email, my phone number, and my office location. Okay? I look forward to a very, very good semester, and I hope you do as well. And if you have questions, please let me know.